In this video, we're talking about some of the leaked information that we recently got. It's going to be a lighter video, lots of fire cards, bundles that you might want to keep in mind when you're saving any of that gold. So let's jump right in. First up, we've got the August season pass upon us. Two awesome graphics to check out. The season pass card appears to be Dakin, who is Wolverine's child if you're unfamiliar. It's got the variants of Magneto and Iceman in there, and a couple pretty sick card backs as well. These are going to be the other cards coming in the month of August. Like we mentioned, Dakin already. Lady Deathstrike, we've got Silver Samurai and X-23, so let's look at these each and see if it's something that you might be interested in. Dakin's going to be a 3-cost 4-power card, at least as of right now. And on reveal, add the Muramasa shard to your hand. What's that do? The Muramasa shard. When this is discarded or destroyed, double Dakin's power. Again, remember, he was a 3-4. This is a 1-1, so it becomes 4-8. Because this power will go away, it'll get discarded unless you've got null somewhere and you're playing that in your hand. But you've got to use at least 4 energy to be able to double that up. So even though 4-8, that's not bad. Question's going to be, how exactly do you plan to destroy the shard? It seems like Dakin is probably going to be one of those cards that you might want to put in a destroy or discard type deck. Destroy probably is a little bit more reliable. Colleen Wing, though, 3 pretty cool variants are already in store for him. I'm digging all 3, honestly. Nothing that really jumps out as my favorite, but I'm liking all of them. All right, next up, we've got Lady Deathstrike. Description here, on reveal, destroy each card here with less power than this. This is an interesting card to me. 5 cost, only 3 power. I try to think of some situations just offhand where I might want to use this. I mean, clearing some spots where I just got some low cost cards, maybe a hood card, anything that might be negative. Oh my gosh, I just got Goblined and I'm really annoyed by a Galactus. But even if you're Goblined there and a Galactus comes, they're still going to be able to destroy the other locations, but at least you're able to clear out the goblins. So it's definitely an interesting card. I'm curious. Let me know in the comments below how you might plan to play this one. I think of the stones and clearing out some space there, but at a 5 cost, that's where I'm like, I don't know. It seems like it's a very, very limited card. I could see this being Series 4 for sure. We got to have a little bit more variance for her in here. Obviously, you got a Pixel. Always got to have one of those. I do. This one's pretty fly. That Anna Cortez one, that might be my favorite. I like that a lot. Ooh, these ones on the far right too, pretty fire. This looks like a Wando one. I don't recall that artist, but I definitely dig that art. This one's pretty sick too, is Eduardo Mello. Pretty fire. All right, next new card we've got is a Silver Samurai card. On reveal, each player discards the lowest power card from their hand. This is a 4-cost 5-power card, so it's a very, very strong card. I could see this as a potential Series 5. I think of Zabu anytime I see 4, but this is a discard. You could certainly play this in those Black Bolt stature type decks. I do like that. It's just a good tech type card. The question's going to be, do you have another card that you're going to want to play on those turn 4s to be able to do this? Silver Samurai variants, not too bad. I think maybe the one on the right seems sort of Godzilla with how big it is. Who doesn't love him some chibi though? This chibi is super bright. Last but not least, in the August season pass, looks to be X-23. When this is discarded or destroyed, regenerate it at a random location and you get +1 energy next turn. 1 cost, 2 power. So this is like a time stone that can keep going if you can keep destroying it. So what am I thinking about to try to do this? Carnage, Venom, Killmonger, Deathlock, basically anything. If you play Destroy decks, put this in it. You play Destroyer, put this in it. If you play Galactus, put this in it. Now, there is a risk of putting this in Galactus decks if it goes to a lane that you want to keep empty. So keep that in mind. X-23 I could see as a potential Series 5 too. There's some power there. Fire. I had to leave that raw reaction in there because that was my legit first time looking at these, and wow. I mean, we've got a sick Venomized one. I love the baby one. There's this one down here that's not showing. Yeah, let's look at a couple of these. Peach Momoko, these are typically very favored. I have to admit, from the ones that I saw there, this might be my least favorite. Whereas this Venomized one, wow. Ryan Gonzalez, she does good work. I do really like this one. We mentioned the baby version. Again, pretty solid. Scotty Young does these. This is Eduardo Mello. This looks like mechanized. I don't know if Eduardo does all the mechanized one, but that's what this one sort of looks like. It's not bad. And then Emanuela Lapicino. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Looks pretty good. All these variants, like I said, unedited. These are fire. So overall, pretty interesting August season pass. We got discard, we got destroy stuff going on. I could see these all fitting in different areas. Again, comment below, let me know what your thoughts are. I've already sort of gone through the July cards. We've seen these in the past. In case you have missed that, we've got Phoenix Force being the season card. Then on reveal, once you destroy one of your other cards, it merged with it, and then that card can move each turn. Problem is this is a 5-cost card. I think about Human Torch. So maybe if Human Torch gets destroyed, you play this on 5, and then you can move it for turn 6, and maybe it still doubles. Jean Grey, I think, is an absolute must buy. I absolutely can be sure that this is going to be a Series 5 release. Jean Grey, ongoing players must play their first card here each turn. Combine her with anything like a Nebula or Storm or any sort of lockdown situation. Oof. Echo, after your opponent plays an ongoing card here, remove its abilities. This is your Cosmo counter. I think it's a really good thing. And then Mirage, on reveal, copy the lowest cost card in your opponent's hand, give it +2 power. Think about playing this against anybody who's got a Dracula discard type situation. Wow. And then there's Legion that I believe is also going to be in there too, which is an on reveal, replace each other location with this one. Lots of interesting things you could potentially do to manipulate your opponents here. It'd be awesome if you could play this as where the lowest power wins and change all the other ones to that. And if you have the least power in those, oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. They've got 4 cards listed here. They don't have the graphics on it, at least on Marvel Snap Zone, where it's got Loki, Eliath, Mobius, Mobius, and Ravonna Renslayer. I could see these coming out with Loki Season 2. What I love about these is the description on the cards. They're never gonna let you down, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Now we're gonna look at the bundles that we've got. This one is called Patriots. It's cost US dollars. We do not know exactly how much yet. It's going to be from July 3rd through July 10th, celebrating July 4th in America. 1,700 credits, 600 gold. We've got 3 variants, 3 avatars, and then 155 boosters for each. My guesstimate on this is 20 US dollars. We'll see. Ultimately, a little bit of progression and some variants. Small amount of gold. And if you think about it in game, that amount of gold would cost you about 10 US dollars. So it'd be great if this was a 15 US dollar cost. The next offer we've got is the Power to Move You. You got a Falcon variant and an Iron Fist variant. These are all Phoenix Force type variants. And again, I think these are fire. There's going to be some of these that are fantastic. You're going to get, again, US dollars for this July 6th through July 13th, 1,500 credits, 500 collector tokens, the variant and avatars we mentioned, a title, The Weather Here Sucks, and 155 boosters for each character. 20 US dollars puts it at a solid discount, but I'm not really convinced that it'll end up there. It could be cheaper, which would help with that tokens to gold and credits to gold ratio, but it would be a big discount even at 20 US dollars. Fingers crossed it's cheaper. Next up, we've got a Namor variant, Don't Touch the Ocean. Again, US dollars. This is going to be July 7th through the 8th, 600 credits, 1,000 gold. So what's this going to be? Typically, these are not so bad. The Namor variant avatar, a title, Picture Perfect, and then 465 Namor boosters. 1,000 gold can be in that $10 to $13 range. So it would be nice to see this one priced at 10 US dollars. Could be 15. Next up, we have Cosmic Wildfire. And I have to admit, I absolutely love this variant. But the cost of this offer, and this is where it's going to be important about thinking about saving, 7,500 gold. We were talking about Token Tuesdays the other day. This is the worry now, is that you're going to have offers like this a lot. So what are you going to spend on? This is going to be from July 13th through the 21st. You get 2,000 credits, 6,000 collector's tokens, variant avatar title. My abs have an on reveal effect, which honestly is probably one of my more favorite titles that I've seen. As a guy with a dad bod at this point in my life, I think I'd still flash this title around. And then boosters, 310 for Black Panther. The percent discounts on this offer are decent. For the whales, it's big. I am probably going to classify this as a must buy for whales. I'm guessing that they all do it for these 6,000 tokens alone. This is an expensive offer. It's going to be in that 93, 94 US dollar range, but the tokens for gold on this are going to end up being pretty solid. So definitely think about saving for this one. Next up, we've got the Love and Thunder bundle. So we've got more Asgardians. We've seen a lot of Thor, a lot of Sif lately. We got 2 card backs in this, Thor, Lady Sif, and Heimdall. This is going to be from July 21st to the 25th, Again, US dollar costs on this. The Asgard and Mjolnir card backs, as well as variants and avatars for the aforementioned cards. We get the title here, I Survived Nexus events, which is something that I think was there in the past, and then 155 boosters for each. This is purely a cosmetic offer. There's nothing else in this other than these cosmetics. Given that there's 3 cards and card backs, I really could see this anywhere from $15 to $30 US, but I think $30 US, while it's still an okay discount, I just think that's overpriced. One of my more favorite variants in these newly released cards, in the Ring of Fire bundle, this is going to be a Shang-Chi, cost 3,500 gold. It's going to be from July 25th through August 1st, 3,500 credits, 1,000 collector tokens, the variant avatar, and then a title, Groot's Chiropractor. Pretty funny, I enjoy it. And then 465 Shang-Chi boosters. He's probably a card that many have plenty of boosters on, but still, it's nice to be able to upgrade a card like this. The tokens per gold ratio on this is not great. The credits isn't so bad. So I think this is going to be one of those offers when we actually crunch the numbers, looking at how much gold you'd spend to get this much credits. It's going to be one of those where it's like, you know what? It's not a bad credit gain and you get a really dope fire variant. I'm going to do it. But again, remember, those other expensive offers are out there, like the one for Cosmic Fire with Black Panther. Very, very tough decisions with your gold. Now we're starting to get into August. This one is the Artist Showcase Ryan Gonzalez. We got a Scarlet Witch and Rescue variant in this. These are both pretty solid variants. 2,500 gold, August 1st through August 8th, 3,500 credits. The 2 variants and a corresponding avatar to go with that, as well as 155 boosters for each. The credits per gold here isn't too bad. This is probably going to come down to whether you really want these cosmetics or not, and if there's other gold offers that you might want to get this month. But as far as the variants go, solid. And no cards, no variants to show with this one. Pro Bundle Mark II. We've been asking for these Pro Bundles to come back. This one's US dollars, August 6th through the 11th. So limited time potentially here. 11,000 credits, 5,000 collector tokens, 100% beef title, which is kind of hilarious, and 155 boosters for 5 random cards, so you don't get to pick, and that's it. Now, I don't mean that's it, but this is one of those situations, a lot of progression, and there's tokens in it. For pure reference, the original Pro Bundle had a Token Tuesday-based pricing of $142 US. Your whale spenders, it was right at about that $100 mark, obviously with an actual cost of $100 US. And it was really a % discount for those Token Tuesday cheaper spenders who are looking to progress, not so much for your bigger spenders, which is why I think they've added collector tokens in this, because it might entice the whales. The tokens per gold on the old one was about 0.38, which was not very good. And the credits per gold for that original one was about 1.4, which is pretty good. If you apply that same US dollar, $100, to the Pro Bundle Mark II, which, let's be real, it's very unlikely. It's a whopping 50% discount for both player types, which is good. A tokens per gold of 0.9, which is exactly what we have with our current Token Tuesdays, which again, solid. And a credits per gold of 1.29, also good. I don't think it's going to be that. If you go to a whopping $200 US on this, the % discount is pretty bad. It's almost nothing for those cheaper spenders, and it is about 14% for those whale kraken types. So I think that might be too much. The tokens per gold dropped to about 0.46, which might be about what they do with these offers. And then the credits per gold is at about 0.6. But if you change it to about $150 US, this looks to be about a 25 to 35% discount, which is about what they typically do. And then a 0.6 tokens per gold and a 0.86 credits per gold. So my hope is it's somewhere between $125 and $150, but still, that is massive whale spending there. Next, we've got Stegosaurus Rex, a very, very cool variant here. The cost is gigantic at 7,500 gold. It's from August 8th through August 14th. You also get 5,000 credits and a card back, which is not in all the other ones, the variant and the avatar, a title, I Am Having Fun, and then 310 boosters for Stegron. Now, Stegron is not a very popular card, so I don't know if that's necessarily what's going to entice people here. The variant is very cool, I admit that. But right now, I've got this as a negative discount for both player types, an atrocious tokens per gold here, and about a 0.667 credits per gold. I think they're probably missing something in this offer. They really need to add some collector tokens or something in this. I've got this classified as a bad offer. As cool as the variant is, I don't think anybody's going to buy this. Next up, we've got The Doctor is 10. It costs US dollars again, August 9th through August 17th, 500 credits, 500 gold, 1,000 collector's tokens. This pretty cool Morbius variant as well as an avatar, and 465 boosters for Morbius. 500 gold is in that $5 to $7 range. But if you put this at that $5 thing, this is a massive discount, like 80 to 90%. And the tokens per gold and credits per gold are straight up off the charts, like 3 and 2. At $15, it gets to be about a 60 to 70% discount, and the tokens per gold is about 1, and then the credits per gold is a little bit under 1. So again, that might be a little bit too cheap. I'm worried this is probably going to be in the $20 range. Death Becomes Her, I have to say, this is one of the variants I like the most in all of these. Again, US dollars. It'll be around from August 14th through August 21st. 2,500 credits, 2,000 gold, 4,000 collector tokens. We've got the card back for Death, variant, avatar, and a title at Some Boring Funeral, and 620 death boosters. So overall, there's a lot of value in this offer for a very cool card. The gold alone is going to be somewhere in that $25 range. At a $60 price point for this, it's still about a 55 to 66% discount, and you get tokens per gold in the 1 range. The same with the credits per gold. So this one could get up there in pricing. At $100, this gets pretty, I mean, it's still a discount, but the tokens per gold drops down to 0.6 and the credits per gold's about the same. So I hope they don't go that high, but still, even at $50 is pretty expensive. But for those who have a monthly budget, keep this in mind when you're looking at this, when you're looking for collector's tokens and maybe a big fan of Death. Another fire set of variants here. My Hero Arachnia costs 3,200 gold. It's going to be from August 17th through August 20th. 4,000 credits. You got the variant and avatar for both Spider-Man and Black Widow here. Anime, look, maybe some people don't like anime. I'm not a huge anime fan per se even, but these are absolute legit fire. 310 boosters for each one of these. This is about a $41 price point. The tokens per gold is pretty bad at 0.3. The credits per gold is going to be at 1.2. If you're just looking for pure progression here, the gold might be better spent in the shop situation where you can refresh to get those credits. But again, these variants are pretty sexy. We've gotten a lot of Juggernaut play recently, especially with Surfer making a resurgence. Again, US dollar cost, again, August 20th through the 28th, 500 credits, 500 gold, 1,000 collector tokens. I think this variant is not bad. It's pretty cool. You get also an avatar and 465 Juggernaut boosters. This offer is basically the exact same as we went over with the Morbius one, so maybe $20 feels a little expensive, but we'll see. Okay, again, stop it with the anime, and I mean that in you're making me like really want it. One Punch Woman. Fire variants cost 5,600 gold. So we're going to have to think about this one. It's going to be August 22nd through August 25th. 7,500 credits here. So a lot of progression in this. Get the variant, the avatars for both Captain Marvel and Storm, and 155 boosters for each. Again, fire variants. This is about a $70 gold cost. Pretty solid percent discounts here for about 41% for your regular Token Tuesdays and a little bit lower at 25 for the other ones. This is not about getting tokens. This is a good solid credits per gold at about 1.34. It's a lot of gold, 5,600. Could you get more credits by doing, again, the store refreshes? Maybe. Man, these variants are so fire. So if you're looking for credits, but you really like these variants, it might be better just to get something like this. We'll see. Next, we've got a purely cosmetic offer. We got a couple card backs. Heroes for Hire. We got Daredevil, Punisher, Misty Knight. Cost US dollars again, August 27th through August 30th. As mentioned, multiple card backs. They say Asgard and Mjolnir here. Obviously, it's Punisher and Daredevil. You've got the variants. Again, it says Thor, Lady Sif, and Heimdall. I think those are just some text errors on here, but it's obviously for Daredevil, Punisher, and Misty Knight yet again. You're going to get 155 boosters for each one of these. So when you're looking at this US dollar cost, again, cosmetics are tough to judge. I think maybe in that $25, $30 range, but it's so subjective here. Unless you really like these cosmetics, you're probably going to avoid this one. Next up, we've got Hail Hydra Onyx. This is a mechanized red skull. It's going to cost US dollars like yet again, August 8th through September 8th. So a month long for this one. 3,000 credits, 1,000 gold, the variant avatar, and 465 red skull boosters. At a $30 price point for this, and the gold is probably around 12 to 15 bucks by itself, but there's credits in this. That at 30 US dollars, this is about a 34 to 48% discount. The tokens per, or the credits per gold in this is pretty good at 1.78. So I get a little worried if you lower it. I mean, ideally this would be 20. If it was 20 US dollars, it's a huge credits per gold gain here at 2.64. This would be an absolute must buy at that, at least in my opinion. You get a pretty decent variant for it. Too cute, too furious, and I have to give them credit for the name, and Yes, I like both of these variants. Cost 2,000 gold from August 30th into September 1st. You get 2,500 credits. You get a Chibi, Jane Foster, and Iron Man. And yes, they are very cute and very furious. You get 310 boosters for each. At 2,000 gold, this is about a 27 US dollar cost. The discount on this is pretty good at 50+%. Tokens per gold, not great at 0.3. The credits per gold is pretty solid at 1.2. This is the type of offer that you're probably going to look at if you're like, you know what, I need some credits and I kind of like these variants and I'd rather get these variants than going to the store and refreshing again. I think this is pretty good, and I have to admit I really do like these variants. To finish up the video, we've already talked about the Token Tuesdays. We will see how this shakes out. You can see it's a little unclear what's happening. There's a bunch listed in July for 1,400 for 1,000. A little bit different booster cost. And then in August, there shows one for 860 again. So I don't know. We'll see what shakes out there. Booster packs still in game. These are terrible value. I do not recommend buying these at all. And then we've got the mystery packs that show up in July and August where you can get a mystery variant for some credits, some gold, and some collector tokens. Each one of these a little bit different. We're not going to analyze each one of those. We got a new location coming, Mount Vesuvius, where players can't retreat after turn 5, which is very, very interesting. I'm very curious to see how that one plays out. In the July season, we've got Lake Hellas and the White Hot Room. We've covered those a little bit previously, but both interesting locations with one cost cards have plus power in Lake Hellas. And the White Hot Room, the first to fill this, gets +3 max energy, which is pretty insane. But how hard is it going to be to do that, to take advantage of that plus energy? We'll see. So that's what we got from those leaked data mine type situations. What do you like the best? Are you interested in any of the variants, the season passes, the bundles? We'll obviously analyze all of those bundles in further detail, especially once we get finalized numbers on them. So make sure you subscribe to the channel or come to the Discord link in the description below if you want to see any of that information. If this has been helpful for you at all, please do consider hammering down that like button. Appreciate you making it this far. If you want to share with your aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, grandma, grandpa, you know we always appreciate that. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.